What's up everyone, welcome back, Coach Fury here, and we're back today with my Draft Day Sports Pro 17 Let's Play series with the LA Waves, LA Lakers, and well, I'm excited again now. We went through a bit of a down period at the beginning of the season, we're back up to a really exciting period. So we obviously made that huge trade last episode. I was still in shock about that, where we brought in John Wall for the expense of D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart, and I can't remember which first round pick it was now, but a future first round pick as well. And well, what an end of the season it has been. So we were sitting around, I think, 7th or 8th seed, and we've now finished as a 6th seed. We almost won 50 games, which is the first time we've had a real positive record in this Let's Play, and we're currently finished the season on 49 and 33. And we look like we're going to be playing Denver in the first round. So we've managed to avoid Golden State and Minnesota, who are just tearing away in the Western Conference. And I'm really looking forward to this playoffs. I think we have a genuine chance of beating Denver. We had a little bit of a down period, unfortunately. About a week or so to go before the end of the season, we suffered a bit of a catastrophic injury to Gobert, who's now out for the whole of the playoffs. He's out of a broken ankle, so he's not going to be featuring at all. In a positive sense though, it's given the chance for Noel to go and play his natural position, and he's had a fairly good season, and Nance Jr. the opportunity to step up into the starting rotation with Geeson just supporting them from the bench really. So that's the positive. Obviously it'd been nice to have Gobert because we are against Denver, and as we know, Denver have the troublesome duo of Nurkic and Jokic, so they will be tough to handle. They obviously won 57 games, so they're not a team that's going to be a complete walkover, but I think we have a better chance of beating them than we would have of beating Minnesota or Golden State. So that is why I'm excited about this. It's still going to be really, really tough for us to get through this first round, and it's going to be a real difficult battle. But I'm quietly confident. I mean, they obviously got a Farid as well. Should have mentioned him. He's had a good season. But I think we're fairly well matched against them. So this episode we're going to try and play the first round. We're probably not going to play any 2D games. A couple of reasons. I don't think this laptop that I'm on is going to be able to handle that with the graphics card it's got. So we're probably going to just gamecast them each game at a time and see how we get on. And yes, and so also I'm going to gamecast it because it's a little bit quicker as well. The 2D tends to take a little while, obviously because it is a play-by-play and it does move some 2D animations around. If you're interested in seeing that feature, I'd strongly suggest going back to some of the opening episodes of this playthrough, because you'll see it there. It was running fairly smoothly at that moment in time, so you'll see how that kind of works. But for us today, we're going to see if we can beat Denver and get through the first round of the playoffs, which would be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this is exactly why we traded for someone like John Wall. It's for games like this. It's for the postseason. It's great to have him. We're obviously going to hopefully look to re-sign him in the off season. We did try to offer him a contract, but he wanted to test free agency. So we did take a little bit of a gamble in that he's not going to just walk. But I think if we can get through the first round of this playoffs and potentially give a good game against, I think we'd be playing then the likes of, I want to say Minnesota, but I can't remember how the seeding works on this. If we can give whoever it is, Minnesota, Golden State, a good run for their money, and push them to at least 6 games or something, then we stand a good chance of keeping him, and we still will hopefully, I think, have some cap room to bring in some support for him as well. We may want to think about moving some of our personnel as well, to try and get that additional star that we need, but we'll see how that goes. So let's just get through to the start of the playoffs here. So here we are. So opening night against Denver. We're obviously at Denver for the first 2 games, and then we come back to us. And hopefully, if we can steal one on the road, that'd be really, really good. But we'll see how it goes. You know, we're still the underdogs. Let's not beat around the bush. We're still the underdogs. We're still the number 5th seed, I think we are. What are we? 5th, 6th? No, it must be 6th seed. We are the 6th seed against the number 3 seed. So it's still going to be tough. Still not expected to win, but I think we stand more of a chance than we do against the 1 and 2 seed in the West, because they just have so much so many star players. Really, it will be difficult to match them. I don't think we're that far off them now, though. I think if we can get another wall type player, then we might stand a chance here. Wait 1 second, guys. Just got to move this around so you guys can see what's on the screen. There we go. So we're going to play in the Gamecast again, not the 2D. So we are away. It's going to be a tough game. Let's see how we get on. So there's the starting lineup. So you can see, I think for us, if John Wall has a great game, I expect him to dominate Moutier. Richardson, I expect, will be slightly better than Stuckey. Stuckey's kind of our de facto starting shooting guard, really. We kind of moved our shooting guard Marcus Smart in the deal to get John Wall, so we had to sort of make do there. Ingram, I expect to have a good game against Gallinari. Nance Jr. will have his hands full against Farid, and Nurkic and Null will be the battle. I think that'll be the one that decides it, really, is if whoever can dominate in that centre position. But we'll see how this goes. I think the benches are quite fairly even. I don't think there's anyone that stands out that's going to make a real impact from the bench. For us, we've got Tony Parker, who's 36, I want to say, on this now. So he's an ageing sort of player for us. We'll just move this back round so you can kind of see the screen again. Hopefully that's a bit better. Oh, hang on. Let's just move it slightly to the left so you can see a little bit more of the screen. There we go. So I don't think the bench is going to be too much of an impact, and we'll see how we get on. So off we go. So I have to say, I'm starting to like this Gamecast view. It reminds me of the 2K Gamecast view that you can get on the PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. It's quite a nice little quick fire overview of what's going on, really. There's the 2D's great if you want to watch a game play by play and see positions and things. That's really good. It's a bit like the Football Manager version of sort of their sort of 3D engine, and it is really good. But for me, I quite like this feature here. So we've gone the opening few minutes here, and no one seems to have scored yet. So that's interesting. It's a bit of both teams have had 2 shots each and missed 2. So someone's yet to get a bucket in with so many minutes in now. Okay, so someone scored a free throw. Thank goodness for that. A bit of a defensive battle at the moment. So no, looks like we haven't scored a point. It's 1-0. That is a really funny scoreline. 4 minutes into the game, there's only 3 points scored. This is going to be a real defensive game. I can see this now. It's a bit of a battle, really. Stuckey's gone 0-3, so that's probably not helped. I mean, Stuckey was a minimum free agency signing that we sort of brought in to hit the bench. So the fact that he's actually in a playoff game getting starters like minutes is probably a bit of a surprise to him as it is to everyone else, really. So, but yeah, we're 5 minutes in and only 4 points scored. That's crazy. So it's now 3-2. So I'm hoping Noel will get the better of Nurkic in this game and cause some problems. Nance Jr. does have the ability, we have seen it through this Let's Play, to really grab balls and score points. So if he can keep Farry busy on offence, then that might help us, because I'm not sure who they've got to come in. I think they've got Jokic, who I want to say is injured, but he was quite low down in their rotation when I looked at it last. So I don't think he would necessarily come in. So that could be an opportunity for us here. But so far, Denver have gone 1 of 7 from field goal. So we've gone 1 of 8. So it's a bit of a terrible first quarter for both teams here. Perhaps they're both a bit nervous in that this is only our second playoff appearance in this Let's Play. We had one last year, we played Golden State, where we kind of had nothing to lose anyway. So interesting that both teams have started really poorly here. So they've sort of stepped out now to a 6-point lead. Still, we're still not shooting that well. Neither are they, though, to be fair. So I think it's just a case of whoever steps up and makes shots, I think is going to win this game. It looks like Denver have stretched out their lead here to 7 now. But I mean, this is always a bit of a size up, this first game, really, just to see how everything matches up. But I mean, I'm hoping we can nick one on the road and we can, win our home games, and then puts us in a good position. So yeah, neither team seems to want to have taken this game at the moment. It seems to be both teams putting up bricks. So John Wall's yet to score any points, so that's a bit worrying for us, but a pretty slow first quarter for us. I mean, they've gone 4 of 13, we've gone 3 of 16 in this first quarter, so that's kind of shows you how poor the game's been so far. It's a bit of a bloodbath, it looks like. It looks like both teams have had been giving up some fouls, so that might be a factor, that a bit some aggressive play going on here. But so we've obviously had a really poor first quarter here, just scoring 7 points. Nance has gone 2 of 8, so it looks like he's had to put up a lot of shots here. Geeson's now in for Noel for a bit. Seems to be putting it back now, hopefully. But I mean, if this is the way this playoff series is going to go, I fancy our chances, because if Denver are just not gonna play this badly at home, I think we'll play better at our home, and I fancy us to try and nick one here. I mean, they're still keeping that lead at bay, 5 points there, or 3 points now. But hopefully Parker and the bench unit can come in against their bench unit now and actually make something happen. I expect Parker to try and get one over on Harris. Kirkland should keep Gallinari at bay, who's their starter, who's still in. For us, it's all about whether Nance Jr. can destroy Hernan Gomez, really. Interesting, they've got 2 Hernan Gomez. Are they brothers, do you reckon? So look, our bench has slowly sort of brought that lead, our first lead of the game, really. So that's interesting. If we can, as I say that, they're kind of stretched back out now. But interesting that our bench seems to be winning that battle, I think. Just Nance Jr. needs to sort his shot out, really. If we can shoot his shot out, we might stand a chance to here. Parker's come in and had a really good game so far. He's shot 4 of 9 and a rebound as well, which is really good. they've sort of managed to stretch the lead back out to 5 points now, which is a bit worrying, but hoping we can keep that out. 8 points now is the gap. They sort of stretched it back out now. 11 points. So yeah, we're not shooting that well. They've sort of stepped up their game in this second quarter. So there's a lot for us still to do to try and get this game back, really. Nance Jr.'s struggling as a starter, so there might be a case that we put him back down to the bench and throw Geeson in and put Noel back at power forward. But Noel seems to be keeping Nurkic at bay, really. He's only had 2 shots and he's missed them both. So perhaps there's some rotation questions we'll have to face after this game, as it looks at the moment. We're fairly close though. I mean, not in the score, but I mean, if you look at some of the 1v1s, I mean, Wall hasn't really turned up, which is disappointing. Stuckey hasn't hit a shot, so our backcourt hasn't hit a shot yet. Our starting backcourt, that is. Nance Jr. seems to be taking a lot of the shots, which is strange. We'll need more out of him this second half. We need more out of John Wall. John Wall's got to step up second half, because otherwise he's looking like he's getting just beaten by Moutier. I mean, Moutier's not having a good game either. I mean, he shot 1 of 4 turnovers, but he's doing more than John Wall is at the moment. And John Wall's finally got his first bucket of the game there, late in the second quarter. So we've pulled it back to 6 points. I expect us to have a better second half, really, and we'll need that to actually stay in this game, really. So we're down by 8. Interesting that Geeson's actually done fairly well. He's grabbing some boards, some blocks. There may be a case of starting him. So we're down by 5, it looks like at the half it's going to be. Yeah, so we're down by 5 at the half. Stuckey's obviously been terrible for us, but then Josh Richardson's been terrible for them, so it's kind of evened itself out, really. I mean, like I said, Stuckey's, realistically, if we had an opportunity, we'd have tried to have got a shooting guard. I did have a look, but we didn't have a chance. So we're down by 5 at the half. We actually matched them in the second, so it's that first quarter start that's killed us so far. Let's have a little look, see who the top players are so far, and see whether we can come out of the second half. 5 point gaps, nothing, so that's promising. We just need John Wall. If John Wall steps up and has a better second half, we'll win this game comfortably. I don't know if you guys are able to see this. It might sort of cut the screen off a little bit, but we'll see if we can load up the top players and just see who they are at the half. I imagine for us it's probably going to be either Parker had a really good half, or when he came on he played really well, but I think it's probably going to be, I would say for us, probably Nance Jr. Even though he hasn't shot very well, he's probably the only one who's actually done anything in terms of grab boards and blocks. So I know, okay, so Noel's our player so far. 5 points, 4 rebounds. Okay, so he's done a bit of everything. Jamal Murray's played really well for them so far. Well, in terms of points, he's managed to get points on the board for them, which is something that both teams have been struggling with. So that's interesting. But we're gonna play the second half now. See how we get on. We'll see if we can get this back and keep it tight. If not, then we'll carry on swimming through at quite a fast speed. If we do put it down and it comes to a close game, then we'll slow the pace down and almost go sort of play by play. But we have yet to actually have a close game, and I've been doing this so far in the 2D and in this gamecast. So I wouldn't hold your breath for that one so far yet, but we'll see. Just wait for this to load. Interesting, Noel's had a good game. I mean, he has had a good game. He's basically nullified Nurkic for us. Was it Jokic? I always get them muddled up. Either Nurkic or Jokic, one of those two. He's basically nullified them. But sorry, Nurkic, that's the one. So Jokic is the one I think that's injured. So he's nullified them. But For me, I want Noel to take more of the ball and actually put up some points and force Nurkic into some foul trouble. For me, that would be the way to go with this. But it looks like Nance has been getting a lot of the touches inside. Not sure why that is really, but I think I might next game move Geeson, put Geeson in the lineup. I know he's a rookie, but put him in the lineup at centre and put Noel at the power forward position against Farid, because I think if Noel gets some of those shots, he might convert more than Nance Jr. And I think Nance Jr. will do better against the second unit of Denver. Against Hernan Gomez, I think he'll do a lot better there. So we'll see how this goes. We're down by 5 at the half. I think we stand a chance of still getting in this game. A lot's going to depend on this third quarter. If we can step up and make an effort this third quarter, then we stand a good chance of progressing through really and winning this game. So if not, then we've got one more game on the road that hopefully we can get a result against. If not, then we'll have it all to do at home. We'll have to win both our home games to stay in this really, because if they nick one, then they've only got to win one at home. So we'll see how this goes. Just wait for this to load. Like I said, if I was playing on this on the 2D, we would be struggling here with this laptop. So we're off in the third quarter now, it looks like. Interesting. I have to have a look, see if those Hernan Gomez's are actually related, because that would be an interesting story. Both at Denver on this, and both, I think they might be brothers or something. It might just be a coincidence, but I've never seen that one before. That both players are the same name on the same team. Okay, so we're off. So we're trading buckets at the moment. Nance Jr.'s hit 2 of 2 from the half, it looks like. That was really good. So we've pulled it back there. Ingram getting a nice move off there. Ball with another clanger. Wolves hit 1 of 5. That's really bad. To be fair, he's getting the assists off, which is good. But we still want more from him in terms of scoring. That's the problem. 1 of 6 is not great. But if he can get the ball round to players who are actually hitting it off, then I don't mind as much. We've pulled them back to 1 at the moment. Yeah, Wolves just putting up bricks at the moment. That's really weird. I mean, Moudier's hit 1 of 6 as well, so to be fair, comparing him against it, as I say that, he's at 2 of 7 now, but still a tough game, this one. I mean, Nance Jr.'s had come out and played a bit better. Moudier's just hit a shot, so they're up by 3 now. Interestingly, none of our guys are really in foul trouble at the moment, which is good. None of our starters, so that's good to see. At least we're forcing them into some bad shooting, and we're not giving away fouls. For me, this is the problem I have with Ingram, and he's statistically a really, really good player. He constantly puts up 16, 7 and 8, 1 or 2 on blocks and steals. For me, sometimes I want him to just take the ball and take over games like this sort of game here, because he's up against Gallinari, who's not a particularly great player defensively. So I almost want him to just take the game to him. He's going to get good looks with Wall, but he's only shot four times this game, so he doesn't quite have the highest shooting rating that he probably needs in this game to actually be able to take over, because his shooting percentages are really, really good, but unfortunately it's not quite happened. So we're still hanging on in this though. We're only down by 3. Just need Wall to step up. If Wall can hit a couple of shots off, that'll probably make a difference. Down by 1 now. Halfway through the third quarter. Nance Jr. seems to have found his shot again, which is good. I think he's hit 3 of 3 this quarter so far. So come on. It's a really low scoring game though, 56-53. Nice still by, nice. So still by Ingram now, I don't know if anyone saw that, but that was nice. Nice to see him doing a bit of that. Down by 1 now. Oh, we're up by 1. It's sort of trading back and forth at the moment. It's going to be a tight game if it stays like this. We might actually have to slow it down. 2 minutes to go, neck and neck really. This is exactly what I was hoping the first game would be though. It'd be us or grinding out a win. That would be the ideal thing, but still obviously well too early to tell that. But if we can keep up this, we're going to be in it right until the end. Yeah, Nance Jr. I think has hit 4 of 4 now, so I think he's perfect this half. I think it has been perfect. Now they've put some of their bench guys in, so I'm hoping, we can get some results here. I mean, Murray's had a good game for them, 5 of 9. Hopefully Kirkland can put them off. Yeah, Wall's just not really been shooting very well at all. 3 of 11. Kind of expect a little bit better from him. So down by 1 at the end of the third quarter. All to play for this final quarter here. Let's see if we can stay in this. If we can stay in this, that would be brilliant. I think there's probably a case for us to give Hardaway Jr. a start at shooting guard as well. I mean, Stuckey has just been putting up some atrocious numbers this game. I know Hardaway's not good on handles, but he's a little bit better defender, so maybe that might help us out possibly, but we'll see. Parker's actually played fairly well as well. Shooting numbers aren't particularly great, 4 of 11, but still better than Wolves in that sense. So we're now up by 6. If we can just hang on here, up by 4 now. This is going to be close, this one. I can see it now already. Nurkic has kind of stepped up a little bit, I think, against Geeson, so there's probably an argument there that we don't necessarily want to put Geeson in. We'll probably leave Nance Jr. in for the next game, actually, looking at it. Murray's had a fantastic game, 16 points, 7 of 13 shooting. So we're still up by 5, 8 minutes to go. Can we hang on? That's the thing. Noel with the dunk there, bloody hell. That's great. Noel's 5 of 6. That's really, really good performance from him in terms of his shooting. He's probably been the standout guy for us. 10 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 5 of 6. That's really, really good. Up by 7 now. We can just hang on. Six minutes to go, up by 7. Just hang on, let's just hang on. Kirkland's in at shooting guard, so hopefully he can slow Murray down a bit. See how that goes. .10 gap now, that's looking good. We'll stretch this out. 12-point gap, that's really, really good. Really good considering Ball hasn't had a great shooting game. Nance Jr.'s had a really good half. I think he's hit 5 of 5 now. We can just hang on that 12-point lead, that's the main thing. We've managed to hold them to 42% shooting as well, which is really good. Moutier shot 2 of 12. Wall's obviously shot him down. I think Moutier's probably shot Wall down a bit. Tough battle there. But I kind of expect Wall to beat Moutier. I expect him to sort of step up. Up by 8 with 3 minutes to go. Still too close for comfort. Our starters are all back in now though, and their starters are back in for the final 3 minutes, so it's going to be close. Now 6-point gap, 2 minutes to go. This is close. 1 minute to go, 6 points in it. If we go down to 3 points, I'm slowing this down, guys. 56 seconds, I think we're okay now. 6-point gap. They called a timeout. I think unless they hit a couple of decent threes here, yeah, we're gonna win this. 45 seconds left. Yeah, I think we're okay now. 7 points, we're going to be okay. 5-point gap, 26 seconds left. Have to be some great comeback here otherwise. 7 points. Yeah, I think we're safe. I think we're good. So we've managed to steal the first one on the road, which is a massive result for us. Massive result. Considering Wall didn't shoot well. Noel had a fantastic game, so did Nance Jr. in the end. So we win it by 7, which is really, really good. We held them to 41% shooting. I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm probably going to end the episode here, guys. We'll play through the other rounds, probably just quick simming in the next episode. See how far we get. But as always, if you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button, and you can always subscribe to watch the episodes as they come out.